In this episode we have a beautiful sail from Bocas del Toro to Shelter Bay Marina in Colon district. Quite big waves and no wind at the beginning. Probably the worst combination, and once again proving that sailing and schedule never is a good combination. Luckily the weather predictions was not even close to be precise, and we got much more wind than expected, giving us a fast sail and even the fastest entrance to the marina ever. In the previous episode, we spent a few days in the beautiful region Bocas del Toro, after being boarded by the authorities for a full search of Be Free at anchor. During this inspection, we were told we need a SARPE before leaving Bocas to Colon, and even told we had to get exit stamps in our passports at the airport. So we are done with the immigration here at the airport in Bocas del Toro, and turn out the thing that I expected, that we're already in Panama, so why did we need another stamp in our passport? We don't need that. So yeah, I'm confused because I never had this before, but the port captain gave us a SARPE, told us to go to the airport to have our passport stamped and new documents. Anyway, now we play the rules and we are getting ready to sail to Shelter Bay Marina. After wasted lots of time on unnecessary bureaucracy, we could finally point our nose towards Shelter Bay Marina. G has a flight to catch, and I'm starting the paperwork with the agent for the canal transit. This will actually be my third attempt of crossing the Panama Canal, and hopefully I will succeed this time. My first attempt was cancelled 3 years ago, and I sailed non-stop back to Martinique, and was at the time even considering to continue back to Europe and even home to Norway. My second attempt was cancelled by myself due to lightning strike in the ocean behind me, resulting lots of problems with Be Free. So in many ways this sail is very special to me. It's my last sail in the Caribbean Sea, and it's also the finish line of my 700 nautical mile test sail before transiting the Panama Canal for the next big adventure. Only by looking at the map and knowing the direction of waves and current, it's pretty obvious what's gonna be the case here. Lots of power in the ocean coming from 2000 meters depth, and in a very short distance reduces to really shallow waters, making the exit channel an interesting place to be. As this big catamaran is getting closer, I can see it's a Chris White Atlantic 72. Quite easy to identify, as the Chris White cats have the cockpit with helm station behind the mast in front of the bridge deck. And a few years ago I had the privilege of racing with a friend's Chris White Atlantic 55. So I'm familiar with the concept and interesting design, not to mention the potential in this fast sailing catamaran. It's really hard to see the competitors, they are way behind there, so we are flying. good memories that surface from the fun time we had in Grenada, and of course we did win the race. And sometimes using the mindset of a racing sailor can be a good thing. Even though it's not much wind at the moment, these big waves with short distance in between is slowing us down. It's always a good idea heading out to deeper water if it's messy like this. So I'm pointing a bit northeast, hoping for a bit less waves and also more wind eventually. Pointing a bit north is also a very good strategy while there is no wind and we have to motor anyway. This will give us a better angle towards Colon and Shelter Bay later. Going east in the Caribbean means against the waves and wind. And with Be Free, this is just as fun as she points quite well. Unfortunately, the wind came down quite a lot during the late night, forcing us to once again take the sails down and run the engine for a few hours. But we already sailed much faster than expected, so we can't really complain, knowing what's normal in this region. 7 to 10 knots of wind is just not enough to keep the sails up in these waves. Just as I hoped for, the wind returned together with the sunrise, giving us a nice breeze to continue towards Colon. And not long time after sunrise we could see land, as we already are at our waypoint number 5. This has gone much faster than expected, and the wind is even picking up more to give us a fast ride the last miles. It's almost unbelievable to have such perfect conditions and wind angle going from west to east. Shallow waters means again bigger waves and more confused seas as we approach the breaker walls and entrance to the Panama Canal. This is also where Shelter Bay Marina is located. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, I will be very happy to see you subscribe to my channel. Be happy and be free.